It was decided that the race would restart in the order that existed when it stopped, and with only the laps remaining at that time to be completed. Robbins paced the grid, eager for action. Once again, tension built up at the start. As they left the line, Robbins, all traces of nervousness forgotten, asserted himself once again, leaning into corner one. Beneath him, his engine producing the power of a family sedan, his Suzuki becomes a fearsome, touchy ally, a temperamental thoroughbred which is seldom mastered, never tamed.
For a normal person, even somebody that's used to a large displacement bike, they find that it did everything extreme. It accelerates too fast, and it stops too quick, and it goes around corners too fast. It gets too much of everything.
I always go for a very light bike. If the bike is light, it will accelerate much faster than a heavy bike. It's just like sitting on your own street bike, and then if you sit somebody behind you on 250 pounds, you'll feel that the bike's not going as fast, it don't accelerate as fast, it don't stop as fast. If we're talking about road racing, then brake is very important, because that's where I'm making lots of time. I'm braking, trying to brake as deep as possible.
Next to that is making sure that you have ground clearance for all the corners, but you don't want it too high. You want to keep your body weight as low as you can, lowest center of gravity possible.
Maintenance and horsepower would probably be the two biggest things. You can have a great bike, but if you don't maintain it and keep it great, so to speak, you're out of luck. To win a race, you have to finish a race.
Robbins has never been seriously injured. Hindle, however, knows that pain and motorbikes go together. He knows the heart-stopping moment when man and machine part company, when the rider meets the hard, unforgiving track surface. It's a contest the racer cannot win. The track is always victorious, merciless, claiming its due, be it mere embarrassment or perhaps exacting the ultimate price.
Last year, after I had this serious fall, I kind of was laying there the first day going, well, maybe this is as good a time as any to kind of bow out. I thought, heck, I'm not a quitter. And I said, well, we're going to keep trying at it. I was on the verge of quitting. I thought, no, I just had to go for that extra goal I had.
I don't know, it's a hard feeling to describe when you're in a corner and your tires are just right on the edge of letting go, and it's a challenge to just hold it to the track and go for everything that you got. It's a thrill. I like the feeling of the danger is fine. If you think about that, I feel that it really will slow a rider down. It's just something you got to put right off your mind right from the start.
Yes, the idea of injuries and being hurt does cross your mind. Sometimes you feel like quitting, or sometimes at 3 or 4 in the morning when you're rebuilding the motor and you could be asleep in bed, you think about quitting, but the next day you get up and you're right back at it again.
Racing motorcycles would seem a pointless endeavor. It's dirty, it's expensive, it's dangerous. It's useless to try to define either the racer himself or his motives, for the racers themselves are hard-pressed to explain. They know it's dangerous and difficult. If it were easy, men like these would surely be doing something else. As the race progresses, Robbins has opened the gap over Hindle. The second-place man, perhaps feeling the effects of his injuries, begins to drop back. For him, there's more at stake than today's checkered flag. His eye is on the season-long championship. Today, Robbins is closing the gap that Hindle has built up earlier in the year. But Hindle rides with caution, forsaking his early season tactics of success or bust, a policy which has seen him off the bike in a heap twice in recent weeks. Behind Hindle, McMurder is third, followed by a race-long tussle between Nugateen and Murphy. But Robbins seems oblivious of tactics. He rides flat out, no margin of safety. His every thought on this corner, the next corner, the flag. Robbins starts his last lap. Hindle, satisfied with second spot, is still close enough to pounce should the Suzuki rider falter. But Robbins, riding as fast as he had done all day, made no mistakes. Hindle had to be content with second. Today, the prizes and glory were Robbins. Today, he'd responded well to the demon on his shoulder. Today, he'd risked all, laughed in the face of danger, and established himself a star, burning brightly on the racing scene.
It was pretty good. The track was tight. It was pretty oily in some spots and a bit wet, but it wasn't ideal track conditions to break the record or anything, but I'll give it my best. I wanted to ride safe and make sure I stayed up and finished the race was the most important thing to me, and I just kept my eye on him. I didn't have to turn anything up, so it went well.
A close look at what they call Superbikers. In a moment, Sports Weekend continues with the Canadian Weightlifting Championship.